All right, guys, we're going to break down the fourth matchup of the week. We have Team WolfJaw at the Kentucky Kissin' Cousins. WolfJaw is 0-2, and Kentucky Kissin' Cousins is 2-0. This is the most highly projected matchup of the week. WolfJaw with 121 and KKK with 116. And we're going to dive straight into it. We have the quarterbacks. WolfJaw's got Jay Cutler at the Jets, and KKK's got Andrew Luck at Jacksonville, which is a killer matchup. Andrew Luck's the #1 fantasy quarterback, and I think he's going to remain the #1 quarterback after this week with his matchup against Jacksonville. Advantage to SIBO in that one. Then we're going to look at the running backs, and we got WolfJaw with Fred Jackson and LaShawn McCoy. And then SIBO's got Frank Gore and DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray is the #1 running back in fantasy football at the moment. So we got two #1 studs right there back to back, and I really do think Murray and Gore are a better tandem than Fred Jackson and McCoy. McCoy's been, with all the conversation at the beginning of the season about Sproles taking away from his production, that's actually proven to be true. And last week, Darren Sproles was the #1 running back in fantasy football in week 2. Scored the most points amongst running backs. So I don't think that's going to happen every week, but that's definitely going to steal away from McCoy and may keep him from finishing in the top 5 amongst fantasy running backs. So going with KKK on this one too, running back core and quarterback. Next thing we go to is the wide receivers. Eric has Golden Tate against Green Bay, which is a terrific matchup. Love Golden Tate this week. I think he finally gets in the end zone this week and looks really good. And then Alshon Jeffrey against the Jets, another great matchup. Jordy Nelson torched the Jets last week, and I think he's going to have a really good game, as long as he's healthy, because I know he's been dealing with a hamstring issue. And then SIBO's got A.J. Green, been hampered all week. Wasn't expected to play, but is now listed as probable is going to play. And then Michael Floyd against San Francisco. With both the injury concerns and the bad matchups, I give an advantage to WolfJaw on this with Tate and Jeffrey. So advantage there. Now, going in this week, I didn't really think Julius Thomas was going to be an advantage at the tight end spot against Seattle. But after seeing what Antonio Gates did against him, the old man, putting work on him with 3 touchdowns, I think Julius Thomas might have a monster game against Seattle. Granted, it's at home, but Julius Thomas going to have could be the #1 tight end this week. So Kyle Rudolph against New Orleans. A lot of hype about Kyle Rudolph. I'm not buying it. He hasn't looked that great. And with Adrian Peterson gone, same thing with Patterson. I think they can really hone in on these guys and really just shut down that offense, and I don't expect Rudolph to do much. Then in the flex, we have Bernard Pierce and Stephen Ridley. Stephen Ridley had a monster game last week, but he's always one fumble away from getting pulled off the field. I think he's going to have a good game against Oakland, and I really do think he's probably better than Pierce this week. Pierce is a high-volume guy and didn't really look impressive and didn't look impressive last year, so I give an advantage to Ridley on the flex. Then defenses, Bengals at Tennessee and Chiefs at Miami. Chiefs, I think, is a poor choice of defense, yes, but I think Bengals against Tennessee could be potentially pretty good. Dallas actually did okay against Tennessee last week, and this is at Cincinnati, so as much as I love the Titans, I think the Bengals is probably a good play, and they'll probably get decent points this week, despite Mitchell's look on his face right now. But and then kickers, they're kickers, and they're both Phil Dawson and Graham Gano. Yeah, no star kickers or anything like that. With the #1 quarterback and #1 running back and a better flex play, I have to go with Kentucky Kissin' Cousins.
God damn it! I told you.
And the camera's that got dropped. That was abrupt. But anyways, the pick for me is Kentucky Kissin' Cousins. Steven, who you got?
I'm going to say Kentucky KKK. You're going to fucking win. You're going to drop the other team faster than the phone just dropped, honestly, probably.
And Mitchell, who you got besides Martini here?
I want Eric to get a win, but KKK just has better matchups, and God damn it, KKK.
It's a sweep. Kentucky Kissin' Cousins beating WolfJaw.